Hello, I thought we'd have a little talk about what's happening in the States, the insanity of the situation there, that the world is just watching with disbelief to see the fall of America, and that the Civil War has, I would say, officially started. Historians in the future, if there's anything left to pick apart, what's left of the West after this catastrophe, because I think this sparks some sort of revolution. And I think that there's revolutions now. I've now sort of accepted that these revolutions are just going to have to happen at some stage. I don't know how much worse things will have to get before enough people just say that's enough. Since I started doing these videos, I never would have imagined that was possible. I just thought, I woke up, I see other people waking up. Enough people will wake up. It's like, no, the media tool, the propaganda, is probably the most powerful weapon that will ever be invented. You could have a bomb that could blow up the planet, but what's the point of having a destroyed planet? You can destroy nations with propaganda, and the minerals or whatever the natural resources of that country are still intact. But civil war it is then. Obviously, I'm on the side of freedom. I am 100% committed again to Donald Trump. I still pick loads of flaws with his first term, things that he said he would do and didn't do. And, we're talking about his commitment to the jibby jabber, that went in people's arms. If I use coded language to try to get around the algorithm, am I kidding? About 5 people are watching this video. And there'll only be people that have seen my videos before. Although, if for some weird reason you're seeing one of my videos for the first time, maybe just let me know in the comments. But I doubt it. Anyway, so, I don't know when the official start date of the Civil War will be, the Second American Civil War will be. It might be the fortification of the presidential election back in November 2020. Heavily fortified. Did an amazing job there. That might be it. Yesterday could definitely be it. But so then I go, what do I think's going to happen? So I'm sort of fluctuate between my white pill days and my black pill days. It's a bit of everything on this one. I would not be at all surprised if they actually just get him and lock him up. I do think that Trump should, if he can retreat to somewhere like to Florida again, and Ron DeSantis, if he knows what's good for him, had better change his tune and 100% commit to protecting him, because I do think we need that election. Well, we desperately need that election win next year. If we get that far without there being just absolute carnage and everything's just, any sort of thoughts of a workable election is just gone. Like I say about people waking up, I see people waking up, I see them, but there are so many people that are completely committed, either side. I mean, there are zealots on the freedom side, there are zealots on the authoritarian side. Don't kid yourself there. But yes, what an absolute mess there is. Good news is that a lot of independent voters have then sort of joined the Trump train, I guess. And that'll be because they just go, they see it. They see, okay, right, there is one side here that are clearly lunatics. And anyway, I don't know what else to say really about this. It's gobsmacking. I've got a family barbecue, if the weather holds up, this weekend, and I'm actually dreading it. I'm dreading having to sort of just go listen to members of my family just go, oh, it's about time they lock him up. Oh, lock him up. Throw away the key. Execute him. Whatever. I wouldn't be at all surprised if I hear rhetoric like that, and I'm just going to do my very best to not engage, because what is the point? They're convinced that I'm a loony, and there's nothing I could ever do or say that would change their minds. They will have to come to the realisation at some stage by themselves. So me doing videos like this is not for those people. because there is no point. I guess if you're still sort of interested in doing a little bit of activism, you can just sort of generally just say things, like comments, like just see if you can wheeze out of people, yeah, but it's a bad trend to start, isn't it? You start going after your political opponents, because this does seem, don't you think it seems like this is all political? Most people that are polled in America do believe it's political, but they believe it's good that it's political, and that's terrifying. But you might reach a few people that are just going, well, yeah, it's political. It's really bad, because then at some stage the other side gets in power, and then they're just going to do tit for tat. And so I think I'm just going to finish this video off with, I think now gloves have to come off. It is war. Act like you're in a war, politically, and go after your opponents. Do not let, for a longest time, the Conservatives go, we want to be fair, we don't want to, stoop to that level. I just think, no, you have to. You now have to. It is absolutely clear they will not stop. They want you eradicated from the planet now, and probably historically. Rewrite history and to mark themselves as the heroes of the story. And you have to go after them. You have to go after them, the people that are really behind it. Is it legal that George Soros can fund political campaigns to attack? I mean, can he actually do that? Surely. I mean, there's a, show me the man, I'll show you the crime. Apparently we all commit crimes every day, probably without even knowing. Right, get him. Get him on it. Hurt him. You have to do these tactics now, those in any power. And so if you're in the States, pressure your representatives to go after these people. Watching Tim Pool, he talks an awful lot about the Barack Obama and the bombing of this American citizen in the Yemen. Deliberately, a deliberate murder of US citizens and also Yemenese citizens who they're not at war with. Completely illegal. It's a crime. You have to now do what they do, and do it better. And then hopefully the authoritarians within the group, assuming you get a victory, hopefully the authoritarians are not so many that the right thinking people are still able to go, now let's stop. Hold your horses. We're not going to be like the French after their revolution and, just keep guillotining everyone. You have to at some stage go, pause. Now let's try to let's hold out an olive branch and try to get some sense of reality. And I know I'm an absolute fool, and I'll continue to be a fool until, I suppose, time's up. Anyway, hope you're all well. See you soon. Bye.